I am sure there are lots of people in Israel and Jewish people who do not agree with this, but please understand that there are all kinds of people in the world.
Just like how there's a lot of Indians that saying that you guys are the most privileged and the most aged civilization and we should all worship you. Yes, problematic people are everywhere in the world.
Even among the Jewish people whom India loves very well, and most of whom are wonderful people. Yeah. So this is something I thought I should share with you because it is important for Indians to have a 360-degree perspective of the world, not a monochromatic perspective of the world.
No, you didn't said anything about with the title of your video. You just brought two problematic people and talked about them, showed the Indian audience that they are Jewish people, and what? And what? This is like, oh God, I feel, okay, maybe the tachlis will be in the end of the video.
Indians are incredibly emotional people and they see things through emotions only, right? So what I would like to say...
Yes, all of you doctors and engineers and all of that, you're all driven by emotions. None of you thinking straight. This is why you're doing the really bad engineering and really bad, I don't know, health department and stuff, right? Why are you talking bad things about your own people that are clearly not true?
Is that the India-Israel relationship is a very strong partnership. It is driven by significant convergence of interests. Each nation has a lot to offer to the other that the other desires. There is immense potential for both nations to work together for mutual benefit because of our shared interests and not because of love or friendship or brotherhood or shared values or shared culture. It's not about love, it's about realism. Yeah, and when you see affirmations by Israeli diplomats and certain people that of love and brotherhood about our Indian brothers and sisters, these messages are exclusively aimed at the Indian audience. It is not aimed at the Israeli audience because unlike Indians, the Israeli audience is not emotional. It is not...
Okay, if you saw my videos and you've seen my videos, you know that I'm like super emotional. But maybe it's because I'm a girl, right? I don't know. Let's continue watching.
Swayed by sweet talk. The Israelis are pragmatic and realistic people, right? So all these statements that you will see in public are aimed at the Indian audience because the Israelis know that the Indians love this sort of sweet talk. These Indians fall for it very easily. I'm not saying the Israelis are trying to mislead you or misguide you or anything, but they know what works and they use it. Why not? And I can assure you that there will be some Israeli YouTubers who will strongly disagree with me.
I don't like strongly disagree with you. I just think like you're being very black or white type of thing, which is weird because you usually not talk like this. So I'm really trying to see what your point is.
I'm not naming anybody. I don't even watch any of them.
That's a lie. You saw a lot of my Instagram stories and you saw I was in his channel. Every Sunday I used to be in his channel when he did the live stream, and I was talking to people in the chat, especially when people ask about Jewish things, because I thought as a Jewish Israeli person maybe I have maybe I have more, maybe I know more than he is. And I saw he felt a little uncomfortable about this, and this is why I you know, stopped entering his live streams.
I'm aware of 2 or 3 of them, yeah. Look, they are doing work, which is good work, I'm sure. But I assure you there will be some Israeli YouTubers who will strongly disagree with what I am saying. The reason...
I don't think I'm like strongly disagree with what you're saying because I think the most of the things you're saying is like right now really ridiculous. So like I'm like, this is amusing. This is entertaining.
The reason for that is that they depend on Indian views. And
oh, that's your end game. You're trying to keep the Indian for yourself. Okay.
I have to say this thing, that Israelis love India. The truth is most Israelis are completely indifferent towards India.
No, the truth is that Israelis people, every time we finish our military service or national service, a lot of us are flying to India. We have a lot of Indian influence in our music, and there's a lot of shows about India and stuff like this. Israel doesn't say that she loves India. She's showing that she loves India. Not only Israel as the government, Israeli as like the civilians. And this is something I think I understand why it's bothered him so much. I think he's kind of scared as a geopolitical person. When governments are working and civilians are not talking to each other, it's easier to rule people. Government can tell you guys, hate that country and hate those people, and you immediately blindly will do it. But the second civilians are starting to talk to each other, this is when government will say, hate that country, and you will say, wait, hold on, I have friends in that country. I will not hate the entire country. I will not be pro killing all of them. I think this is what you're scared, right, Abhijit? The fact that people are actually communicating with each other, and the fact that we can actually learn from each other, not only in the geopolitical field. Is that what really bothers you? That's like so ridiculous. Join the light side, join us, have a conversation with people. Introduce yourself to the Israeli audience. I mean, you know Israeli people Googling the word Israel a lot on YouTube and like in every media, because we want to know what people are talking about us. So you know exactly that you have Israeli audience. So what are you trying to do?
At best. And I see all these reactions on social media from Indians saying that we love Israel, Israel brotherhood is forever, and I can give my life for Israel. And I don't know.
Yeah, never give your life to anything like that.
What else? What not this day? Please understand that the only nation you should love is your own nation.
And please understand that you're human, and if you will bleed, you'll bleed blood, just like me, and just like a person in Palestine, just like a person in Pakistan, just like a person in America, and just like a person in America, like all the countries in America. Like, please understand that other than being just a nationalist, you can also be part of humanity, which is also a really fun community. Look, we're talking right now. Well, I'm talking, and you poor guys and poor girls, you actually listen to what I'm having to say. But like, we're communicating. How awesome is that? I didn't need my government to talk to you and then give you the approval to talk to me. How amazing internet is.
And the only flag you should have on your social media accounts is your own flag. Have some self-respect, and please be realistic about the world.
Where's your flag? What country are you from? I cannot recognize the flag.
That's all I would like to say to Indians.
Anything else for the Israeli audience that watching you?
It's really frustrating to see this, but yeah. So that's what I wanted to talk about about this particular incident. Like I have said, I have the greatest amount of admiration and respect for Israel.
No. You will not, you will not talk terrible things about us, trying to show people why they need to don't like us, and then said, oh, by the way, I like you, like I said in the beginning of the video. No. Like, I'll give you to say what you want to say, but like, as you said, we're not emotional. We know exactly what you said in the middle within this 30 minutes video. You honestly think we will be quiet when you're trying to make people don't like my country and don't like the civilians? The end game is weird.
Right? For what they have achieved, for what they stand for.
Oh, thank you.
That India can and should learn from Israel. Indians as individuals, as people, India as a society, as a nation, as a culture, can learn a lot from Israel. But we have to be realistic about India-Israel ties. It's not, these ties are based on realism, on shared interests, not on love and brotherhood and what not Indians think it is, right? So please understand this.
That was so funny. Okay, first of all, what he said about the fact that I need Indian audience, I'm doing this ever since it was like from 2017. I was a part of an old channel with working with Indian and Israelis together. But also, I don't just say that I like India and that I love India and blah, blah, blah. I'm also talking about really serious, problems. For example, I talked about how Israeli female tourists doesn't feel safe in your country because a lot of them are getting sexually harassed. Like, this is a thing that if I would just want people to come and like and favorite and all of that, do you think I will talk about that issue? No. I would say, oh my god, I love India. India is so pretty, all the colors, all the smells, blah, blah, blah. Like, come on. We are in a deeper, meaningful conversation right now. Not just like, you like India, I like India. You like Israel, I like Israel. Like, no. We're talking about serious topics right now. And the fact that you cannot see it is just because you're stuck in your brain and thinking like, people try to get likes and views and money and everything, which, by the way, all the money from this channel goes directly again to the channel, and everyone already know that because I keep talking about it all the time. And also, if I really wanted, a lot of audience and a lot of money and a lot of stuff like this, don't you think I will just go to Americans And you guys know my opinion about Americans, which I know not all Americans are, all the bad things I said about them. But still, to try to preserve your small community of Indians just together and don't let anyone else talk to your friends and talk to your Indian people, this is not going to work. You can be part of us. You can join our open conversations as civilians. And I think I already said that. When governments are becoming more and more weak, when the civilians are starting to talk with other civilians. The second people talking to each other and they know the other person, then they know the enemy, this is when the government are becoming weak. When the government is saying, hate that person, we say, no, thank you, I'll continue to be their friend. This is why, for example, Iran and Israel right now having this major fight. Iran said they're going to destroy us, Israel, we're going to defend ourselves. But at the end of the day, when we're meeting people from Iran abroad, most of the times we're hugging and people, there's all these videos and stuff of people telling each other, we love you. We don't care what our government is trying to force us to say, which is something so important. I honestly believe that the second that our government will not work together, the Israeli people will still go to India. The Israeli people will still listen to Indian music and still eat Indian food and stuff like this. I don't know about you people. I know most of the people that are here in the channel that are talking to me in the chat, even if they don't agree with things and we're having a huge fight together, they're still gonna come back because they still have this relationship. And I'm not going to, if my government will tell me to hate India, I'm still gonna have my Indian friends. I'm still gonna go and, I don't know, post pictures, send my friends, my Indian friends, pictures of food and stuff from Israel, and my Indian friends will show me food from their things, and my Indian, we have a girls group, so my Indian friends from the girls group will send me, pictures of what I'm going to wear for first dates and stuff like this, which by the way, I wish one of you will already get married and invite me to your wedding, but seriously, bottom line, our relationship right now is getting stronger because the people and the civilians are talking to each other. This is why Israelis love Indian. It's not Israel and India, it's Israeli citizens and Indian citizens. This is something that I agree with Abjit on the fact that maybe our governments are becoming less and less friends. Maybe, based on the videos I've seen of him, kind of look like this is where he wants things to go. But the civilians will still be friends. Sorry to destroy your Babel, and everyone are more than welcome to go talk to an Israeli person. Be friends, work together. Thank you so much for joining and actually trying to learn the truth and the reality of what Israeli people think of you, and not what you've been told to think that we think of you. Yeah, anyway, maybe I'll see you next video. I don't know. For those of you who are going to make it, see you next time.